sides of a story. Both sides of a story. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of a story. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it's in giving that we receive, and it's in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it's in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
walk, Lord. We gonna sing, we gonna shout, we're gonna rock.
It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and 2022 marks the start of the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the 31st and final day of the third month of 2022, the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development, the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Glass, and the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture. Here in Jamaica and in the United States, Intellectual Disabilities Awareness Month activities are drawing to a close, so too Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month activities in the United States, Endometriosis Awareness Month activities, Salt Awareness Month, Women's History Month, Prostate Cancer Awareness Month in UK, all of those coming to an end today in terms of observances, annual observances. Meanwhile, it's Cesar Chavez Day in California in the USA. Culture Day or Pompeii in Micronesia, Domingo de Ramos in Peru, a national day in Malta, Transfer Day in the US Virgin Islands. Hoy es jueves, el 31 de marzo 2022. Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continua para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est jeudi le 31 mars 2022 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Thursday, the 31st and final day in the month of March 2022, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and you will feel better. The service is clearly different. Marjan's Pharmacy, code 876-703-6335. The time by Marjan's Pharmacy is 2:15. Good news! Private HIV care is now more affordable with Health Connect Jamaica. What that means is you can access HIV care with a private doctor at little to no cost. Give us a call at 876-669-7349 or book an appointment at healthconnectja.com today. The preceding ad was brought to you in partnership with the USDA.
Be a part of the e-Services Clearance Day at Kingston Wards Limited. Every Thursday, starting March 17, we go completely contactless for the clearance of personal shipments like barrels, boxes, and other cargo. Visit clickandcollectja.com to sign up or contact your freight forwarder to learn more about pre-clearance options at our warehouses. Kingston Wards e-Services Clearance Day, every Thursday. It's fast, contactless, safe, secure. Call or WhatsApp 876-577-8905 for more details.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app. Manage your waste and save. Learn more about various wastewater systems for farms and residential use, assistance in getting NEPA licenses, and monitoring and characterization of your wastewater. Tune in to Real Business this and every Tuesday at 10 a.m. for Manage Your Waste and Save. Brought to you by the Scientific Research Council Wastewater Management Services. Environmentally conscious, responsive, and solution-oriented. That's Manage Your Waste and Save. This and every Tuesday at 10 a.m. during Real Business, right here on Power 106 FM.
Let's not borrow. Let's not party. Let's get together. We all can unite and take on these chains from our kids. Cause we gonna walk on freedom street. Everybody know we gonna walk down freedom street. They everybody before. Respect your brother, sisters and all. Let's not deal with illiteracy. Work it out intelligently. We gonna walk.
Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you've downloaded from the App Store or perhaps the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. If you're in the United States and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953. 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just see, but to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. All you need is a smartphone or a not so smartphone, a laptop, a desktop, or a tablet computer, any one of those. And you need internet connection. And then you need to open a browser like Bing, Safari, Google Chrome, any one of those and others. And in the search box, start typing YouTube. The box will populate, the site will come up. And if you're doing that now, you should see this video trending. If you're not seeing it, then in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM. What's on your mind this afternoon? We're always anxious to hear from you, our faithful listeners at home and abroad. After all, it is both sides of the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. We're taking your calls on 876-922-4112, 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can also call us directly on WhatsApp, as Miss Olive is doing now. The line is 876-365-3346. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling, Miss Olive. Hello?
Hello, you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead, Miss Olive. Go ahead.
Okay. I was listening to Northern Caribbean radio this morning, and I don't know if you have ever heard of a blind policeman who is a detective.
I think I vaguely remember seeing a feature on TV.
He's in Portland.
Yes, A Ray of Hope. I think it was. I saw it on. Mm-hmm.
I was blown away when he was interviewed. He was interviewed yesterday, and they brought him back again today because they were out there in Portland. And let me tell you, the man, he was a constable when he made an accident, and he lost his sight. Lost one's eye first, and then the other one. And they sent him home from the police force, and he went to school for the blind, and he learned Braille, and then he went and do other things, and now Dervan the man is a detective in Portland. God, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. A blind man went through all them studies to become a detective, and he's now working as a detective in Portland.
Yes, that's.
I'm wondering how many people was able to hear the life of this policeman and change them life around. Some of them who have 6 eye, them have 6 eye, and them do one little straw.
Mm-hmm.
And here is this policeman, and he use the word blind. I'm a blind policeman. You know, you don't know the nice word everybody wants. You don't want to use the word blind anymore. In same blind. And
no, man, it's that there's a difference. There's a difference between someone who is visually impaired and another person who is blind. They're not They're not the same.
They're not the same?
So no, they're not the
Okay.
same. If you're
Okay, I
blind,
thought it was just a
if you're
choice of word.
no, if you're blind, it means you can't see at all. If you are visually impaired, it means that
But
you
you can glimpse a little.
right,
You can
you
see a little bit.
right.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when I heard it this morning, I said, boy, I write down his name, Rohan Brown.
Yes.
And I said, I have to call Dervan and ask Dervan if he ever heard of this man.
Yes.
I mean, it was something to listen to him, Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, he lifted my spirit so much, so much. I said, boy, I wish a lot of people, and young people, especially young men, could take a leaf out of it. He wrote a book, and he's on the second one now.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Can't see nothing, Dervan. God have mercy.
Brilliant.
So I just called you to tell you about that. That's my discovery this morning. I have a thing with blind people, you know.
Yes.
So as I must have told you, when I was living with my mother at Rumley, there was this guy he wasn't totally blind.
Mm-hmm.
He went to blind school. And his friend, who became a thing there, I can't remember him name again. He became a doctor for children. What do you call it?
A pediatrician?
He became a pediatrician, yes. Blind pediatrician. Yes, he used to come to the house when them leave school. Them come and them play music and jump up in the room because the mother not come home from work yet. So them come and them come out to the door and people wet like wet him up with a hose wave. They throw them inside there, jump when the music are play. Yes, I never forget it. And I just have that closeness to people who is not able to see because boy, I tell you, it's not pretty. Yeah. All right, Dervan.
Thanks for sharing.
Roberta, no.
All right.
So I'm gone.
All right, take care.
Okay, girl.
All the best. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. That was Miss Olive sharing with us. Thank you very much, Miss Olive. Always good to hear you on Both Sides of the Story here on Power 106 FM. Today is also a national day in Malta and transfer day in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So that's two more observances for you on a day like today. It's a big, 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 big day. Now, we started out this afternoon. I will tell you why we say it's a big, 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 big day. We started out this afternoon with the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. And we matched that with Ken Booth's Freedom Street with some lyrics that are quite timely and pertinent. Let's not quarrel, let's not fight, let's get together, let's all unite, and so on and so forth. And it really is appealing to us to be more thoughtful, to be more considerate, to be more conscientious, to exhibit and exude a greater level of emotional intelligence in how we go about our affairs, as at the micro level, as in the individual level, and straight across to the collective society. Yeah, it's a time to think on these things because every now and then it seems some of us lose it for whatever reason, and people die or are injured or otherwise negatively impacted by the rest of us. So we thought that's why we started the way we did this afternoon. And the reason why I say today is a big day, because in contrast, we have students who participate in class and in school and in activities, and they represent their institutions, and they're doing well. So, for example, we must celebrate these moments, like Schools Challenge Quiz, Grand Finals, this evening at 8:30 on TVJ. Stand by. More in a moment.
FM. The time is now 2:30.
Who says an excellent medical education has to be expensive?
The Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica offers quality training through our affordable pre-med and Doctor of Medicine programs. Our aim is to develop a quality workforce of professionals. We offer excellent facilities, experienced lectures, and hands-on learning. Plus, scholarships are now available. Secure the career of your dreams by applying today. Visit us at 77 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8, or send us an email at info@csmsj.edu.jm. Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica. Your first doctor success in medicine and health sciences.
We're setting it off again this Saturday with a classic Fame Frequency Retro Party. Featuring my DJs King Dad, Dr. Jacobs, and Dalton Lee. Party with your host, Debbie Bazoon, in your VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area. And tune in live from 9 p.m. to midnight on Fame 95 FM, with 92 FM, and RETV online at onespotmedia.com and on Mixcloud at Fame Frequency. That's Fame Frequency, ultimate retroactive party this Saturday, April 2. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years old to drink. Drink responsibly.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night.
So here we have a situation where the Gleaner Online is sharing with us a story which is captioned, St. Catherine Boys Arrested for Ganja as Police Seize Weapons from Students. You should see these weapons. So those of us who are accustomed to the geometry sets, the geometry set, where you have, what do you call that one now? The one where you can use it to draw circles and so on. I don't remember the specific name for it, but multiple compass. That's what they call it. No, yeah, maybe that's what it's. I don't remember. It was so long ago that I was in school. It's a compass, right? So multiples of those. You can see the picture on the Gleaner's website. Multiples of those they took from students. I see a little knife here as well, sharp as ever, looks that way. There's a nail clip which obviously can cause harm as well. There is also this tool which is used to plug tires. So if let's say you run over a nail on the road and the tire loses air, what they would do is use this device to plug that hole in the tire. Well, there's one of those. There's one of those in the picture. And then now these combs, they look rather harmless. But then if you pay close attention, you'll recognize that there's a pointed end, which was not meant to be used as a weapon, but instead to do some creative things with the hair, especially for women, to do some creative things with the hair. But that is used as a weapon. That has been weaponized. We're seeing toothbrushes as well, which especially the boys use to, and the girls too, to polish and shine their shoes. But those can be weaponized as well. And those are weaponized as well, converted into weapons. And this is what the police found. So they also seized, listen to this, the cops also seized coconut drops infused with ganja. Coconut drops infused with ganja. Now, our mother taught us a very long time ago to be very careful about who we accept food from. and whether we consume without concern or question. Very important. Who are these people who are selling coconut drops infused with ganja? How evil can we get? We have to be mindful of these things. We need to be discerning so we can identify whether this is the long time, based on the record of this long time vendor, for argument's sake, at the school gate. You would be more inclined to buying coconut drops from that person as opposed to someone who just recently started coming to the school gate with a box and selling coconut drops. I don't want it to be misconstrued that people now think anybody who is new to the gate is necessarily one who is going to be selling students things that are harmful for them. But we need to be mindful of these things. So the police in St. Catherine tell us as well that they have, apart from some of the items we listed, the scissors as well. How could we forget the scissors? Scissors and what are called jammers from students. In fact, the weapon seizure is such that they had to split it into two pictures as opposed to just one. Lots of weapons of self-destruction. So that's on the one hand. On the other hand, we have students who continue to do well in and out of the pandemic, and we're still in the pandemic. When I say in and out, meaning from just before, then in the early stages, then in the middle of it, and now when hopefully we're at the tail end of it, hopefully. And in all of that, there are students who are still doing well for themselves and collectively for their respective institutions and their families, and indeed Jamaica. And so what we want to do is to spend more time celebrating the outstanding achievements and performances of our children. Let's spend more time doing that so that other children will want to be in that crowd, so to speak. Other children must see the wonderful things that happen to students who do well, to students who are well behaved, to students who are kind and caring, to students who do their work and do their preparation and do well. We must celebrate those students. And so we celebrate all those who represented their educational institutions, their schools, in Schools Challenge Quiz. And now we're down to two teams. St. Jago from Monk Street in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, and Calabar High School from 61 Red Hills Road. So let us celebrate our children, our students, when they do well, and encourage them as much as we can. Let's greet some of the viewers who are already online and messaging us on Facebook Live. Whose message shall we go with first? Let's see. Jeannie Chambers says, good afternoon, teacher. To you too, Jeannie Chambers. Leslie McEwen, good afternoon. Tanisha Davis, hello to you too. Good afternoon. And hi to your Auntie Joy as well. Norman Hines in St. Thomas, good afternoon. Greetings. Sophia Nemad, good afternoon to you as well. Good to have you on board. Leotine Bryan says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm and listeners. To you too, Leotine Bryan. Sophia Nemad says, I saw them on Facebook. These students must be going to war. Exley Montgomery, otherwise known as Who is this again? Well, let's go with Exley for the time being. Good afternoon, teacher, to you and your listeners. I call you to congratulate you for pronouncing my name correctly, Exley. I have traveled to Canada, USA, and Jamaica. Here, they have a problem to pronounce my name. Big up, teacher. You are correct. Keep safe. Safe. Thank you very much. Exley, I love names actually. And the more, and let me put this, let me say it another way. I love the challenge of trying to figure out how someone's name is pronounced. Initially trying to figure it out on my own, then using reference sources, uh, etymology, etc., to try and narrow it down. And ultimately, if I have access to the person, then I will ask that person, how do you pronounce your name? How do you pronounce your name? So we really enjoy the names. We love the foreign names, meaning names that seem difficult to pronounce for English speakers, for example. Right. So that's your response there, Exley. Dion McCoy, good afternoon to you. How are you? Good to have you on board. So that's Facebook Live. Let's hop across to YouTube. Donovan Campbell says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Blessings to you too, Donovan Campbell. Natalie Winter says, good afternoon, all from breeze-filled Washington Gardens, Kingston. Enjoy the discourse on YouTube. Best regards. And Natalie goes on to say, men must remember to get prostate checked for cancer and ensure treatment urgently. She says, condolences to all who have suffered loss of loved ones. Keep faith and strength. And Karine Campbell says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm, viewers and listeners. Thank God for life, so I could be present for class. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Karine Campbell, for your continued listenership and support here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your WhatsApp messages, your text messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Let's go across to WhatsApp and see who is hitting us up on WhatsApp. 876-365-3346. And let's see who is next in line for their to hear their message being read. This one simply says, good morning. Well, good morning to you too. Good morning. And well, it's afternoon in Jamaica, but I think that one came in earlier on. So good morning. And it is morning somewhere in the world right now. That's just a fact of life. It is morning somewhere in the world. Anyway, so let's move on and go through these other messages quickly. As you would imagine, we're flooded with messages, related and unrelated. International Children's Book Day is this Saturday, we're told. Sandy is sharing this with us. International Children's Book Day is this Saturday, the 2nd of April. And she says, join us as we celebrate the launch of Pen Pals Writing Club's first children's book at Dervan House, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. All right. Thank you very much for sharing that bit of information. Let's move on to the other messages quickly, although we're coming up on a break now. Let's see, how much time do we have? No more time.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Who says an excellent medical education has to be expensive?
The Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica, offers quality training through our affordable pre-med and Doctor of Medicine programs. Our aim is to develop a quality workforce of professionals. We offer excellent facilities, experienced lectures, and hands-on learning. Plus, scholarships are now available. Secure the career of your dreams by applying today. Visit us at 77 Shardwood Road, Kingston 8, or send us an email at info@csmsa.edu.jm. Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica, your first doctor success with medicine and health sciences.
Consumer Talks, educating and empowering consumers towards a more vigilant and confident consumer-friendly Jamaica. Join us every second and last Tuesday of each month at 9:35 on Real Business. Listen and learn about your rights and responsibilities. Learn how the CAC works to empower consumers in Jamaica. Consumer Talks, brought to you by the Consumer Affairs Commission. Protecting your rights, securing our future.
Manage your waste and save. Learn more about various wastewater systems for farms and residential use, assistance in getting NEPA licenses, and monitoring and characterization of your wastewater. Tune in to Real Business Listen to every Tuesday at 10 a.m. for Manage Your Waste and Save. Brought to you by the Scientific Research Council Wastewater Management Services. Environmentally conscious, responsive, and solution-oriented. That's Manage Your Waste and Save. Listen to every Tuesday at 10 a.m. during Real Business, right here on Power 106 FM.
Can't see clearly, 'cause I work hard last night. It must be me now, 'cause there's no change in sight. I see a big street where all is clean.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, for Power 106 FM. Good afternoon to Dr. Nadine Wong of the Alabaster Gates Children's Charity. Welcome home. Welcome home. Good to see you. Lovely picture. Thanks for sharing. And we'll be talking off air. All the best. Let's go to the phone lines, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's life, man?
We're giving thanks for life as usual. And you?
Oh, and the life giver, our Father, Holy Emmanuel, that's the
Jah Rastafari.
Man, say it again, you can hear the meaning.
Jah Rastafari.
Every time. Tell me something to Dervan. Three little things quickly, coming up no car.
Mm.
Did you hear Prime Minister, Queen Elizabeth Prime Minister the other day? I tell the future king and Queen of Jamaica. They should give one to move for Queen Elizabeth as head of state.
Yeah, he said the government and the country and the people of the country are moving on. That's the euphemistic way in which he put it. They're moving on. Yes.
So may I say, in our take the appointment, I will not go to England, but the Privy Council, the Queen appoint. I'm not going to drop that appointment. Know that him say want to move away.
No, there's no indication that he's going to drop that appointment. No.
We are watching, you know. And when him come here, when the Queen, the future King and Queen come here the other day, them carry them down to the floor and they have not done a French town. And you see people run and a ball. We love you, we love you, we love you, we love you.
What is wrong with love? What is wrong with love? We need more love.
Of course, we should have it.
Yes.
So when the media now have a public say Jamaican, them to clear it up, because we have 100 prominent people of society, the news say. Yeah?
Yes.
We don't say who them. Prominent leaders, business leaders, doctors, and politicians. We hear all of them say them a call up on Queen Elizabeth reparation and apology.
You don't agree with that?
And when them get so wise, all these years I and I, the freedom fighter in this country, Gabby.
But you should be happy to have more people in your corner supporting what you support.
So I have to after the audience to see this evening, have to give me for them take on it all these days are years we are called up to the Queen, to repatriation people and say me to go on home Africa. But me a call up on Queen. But so all them a call up on Queen now, more and find out something a go on. Visionary I touch the multitude.
Well, I guess you're taking credit for all of that now.
No, I am not taking credit. The credit belongs to all of us to stand in the strength and pride of an African sovereignty.
I see.
I want to tell the Prime Minister, you know, if ask him different place, a Commonwealth ruling one to hold you and a Republic Commonwealth, an organization of American states, are we going to stand in the strength and pride of an African sovereignty as Marcus Garvey teaches. Because the two parties system here in Jamaica, Labour Right and PMP, you know, Mark Golding, Queen Elizabeth, loyal opposition, and our Prime Minister Andrew Holness need to come apologize to the nation, you know. The carry black people 60 years now under Queen Elizabeth rule as head of state, you know, state, and the sovereign of this country. And now them say them want to move away. So the founding father of Jamaica society, Bustamante and Manley, and them carrying a day after we fight for freedom from slavery and colonial rule. You know, see? So make we turn to our true father who look like us, that black philosopher, you know, who teach us to stand up as an independent nation. Why? Nation will kingdom of people, you know, under these banners for the future. The red, black, and green banner, and the red, gold, and green banner, with the black 5-pine star, and the lion symbol. The black 5-pine star represents us as black people, the R symbol representing a righteous kingdom, and the lion symbol representing Ethiopia crowned. And there we stand up as a sovereign nation. The world has become bow at our feet, you know. The man said, ship on the isle shall meet to pour the wealth of ocean in tribute at our feet, you know. So not until all of us stand and speak as free beings, you know, and take ourselves from Commonwealth rule, you know, see, and organization of American states will match up. We no mean we no good. Remember England, America, they lynch it, them pluck out the fingernails and do real man evil. Why we won't turn unto ourselves and leave this tyrant of the world no mean us no good. You know, see, the Prussia seems similar the other day, yeah. Say she want to remove the Queen. Harry come down on her. Prince Harry then say come down after. Then we have the next black one from America, where they call him Obama. And in this time, I know, we say the future king and queen come, and we see them call up and joke a couple days after. Organization of American states call him up so. So we don't know when they find. If it is a bag of wire, as the father said, when they ask the Marcus Garvey, talk about wire, they find the veranda, you know, Dervan. And I say, no, he's not there. But you might find to the big finger. But I might say, in there. The Marcus Garvey, you might say, no, there. But you might find to the big finger, tell them, in there. The one they for the move the anti-wellness Stefan, you know? One for the move the anti-wellness Stefan, so we call it for Mark Golding and anti-wellness and the United Nations body here in Jamaica. That's how to get it right, you know. Another so. To get it through the United Nations international law. Article 15. No one should be arbitrarily deprived of his or her nationality. Everyone have the right to a nationality, you know? That's the Declaration of Human Rights. And that's so we have to press through. No reparation in Jamaica. Eat up the money again in Jamaica, you know? Repatriation first and reparation when we reach Africa. So the said right to have one call from the Queen for repatriation and the set for reparation, pardon. The same right to have for repatriation. And don't let out the Governor General down here in. One of the guy happy and Prime Minister because they represent the Queen down here. You know, see it? That's why Harry, when he comes on the tour, that the definition of tour, you know, is review, survey, and inspect. The man come inspecting government, we are going in the way. You know, see it? As the future monarch. And when he come, no one have to tell him not more than when he see me here. It's black people still a crave to the Queen. You know? So, in a film assessment, him sit down with the government of Jamaica, cook up that against him. As we see on the news, and said, Prime Minister hijack them, you know? Because time tell him,
Prime Minister hijack who?
The Queen, and the future King and Queen.
Really?
You know, set up demonstration for them and tell them they want to move away. After the other day, say not 1 inch of Jamaica. I will command our next sovereignty. Them like a trip without road that we want to know when stand.
All right. When he gets back from Washington, ask him.
Yeah?
When the Prime Minister gets back from Washington, you can ask him.
Oh, so we know, you have people working in the government, even the media, you know, state media. So that's why we're speaking on it now. These media in Jamaica controlled by the government.
Really? Where did you get that from? One of the most liberal or liberalized countries when it comes to media. What are you talking about? Huh? It's not a license to serve the government. It's a license. It's a license to operate. Somebody must be in charge of the country. And so the authority in charge of the country has to ensure that the entities wishing to do business in this country are properly registered and certified.
And the government of Jamaica is Queen Elizabeth government headed by our Prime Minister and the whole of our cabinet. So we want to get that in our kick score. Just stop running away from our black cells, because now we are not the out, you know, either slave to take the shuttle, take you back from the court, or we get redemption, you know?
I am happy you said our thick skull.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for the call. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Sophia Nemard wants us to pronounce the name spelled U-O-N-I-E. On the face of it, it looks like Uoni. Uoni. So you could go Uoni, which would be overdone, I think. And you could also go with Yoni. You could just say Yoni. Yoni. In Jamaica, we would perhaps say Yoni. Yoni. I don't know. Which one of those works for you, Sophia? Yoni or Yoni? Yoni or Yoni? Tell us. Thank you very much. Golden Brown says, good day, teacher. These children bringing weapons to school, government must let them work with the garbage cleaning exercise, cause them no one go to school to learn or find some drastic measures. Careful now, because the business of belittling or otherwise treating this business of sanitation as garbage is something we need to guard against, because waste management is a critical component in the functionality of any society, anywhere on the face of this earth. Well, thank you. We get the point you're making. Maybe find a way to help to channel the energies of these young people, get them to engage in community service. And there are schools that have been doing that for a long time anyway. But that does make a difference as well when students are engaged in community service. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock. Applying for a license through the Cannabis Licensing Authority is as easy as, well, 1, 2, 3. Download and fill out an application form from their website or get one from their office. Submit it with all the required documents.
Hello, good afternoon.
You will be notified when your application is finished and ready for processing.
Fine, thanks. Hold a moment, please. We're still on the commercial break. One moment, please.
Licensing Authority at 876-654-7582 or visit their website at cna.org.jn. Jesus, oh how I love to call your name.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious calling program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us. You shall live. Amen. You shall be a living testimony. You're on the Lord's side.
Manage your waste and save. Learn more about various wastewater systems for farms and residential use, assistance in getting NEPA licenses, and monitoring and characterization of your wastewater. Tune in to Rare Business Listened every Tuesday at 10 a.m. for Manage Your Waste and Save. Brought to you by the Scientific Research Council Wastewater Management Services.
Mr. McDonald, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. We have Sean on the line that you were calling a while ago. That's why you couldn't
Listen
get through.
every Tuesday at 10 a.m. doing Real Business, right here on Power 106
thanks.
FM.
Hope you're fine too. Sure. All right, just a moment. I have to go back on. Just a moment, please. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Here is Sean, who is otherwise known as Matthew. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Malcolm. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I am great. So far. Yes. Sorry when I did call in on the program the other day. Sorry I never tell you where I come from. I come from the parish of Garden Hill in St. Catherine.
What is that sound?
Hello?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I never did tell you the parish where I did come from. I am from Garden Hill in St. Catherine. Yes, okay, if you hearing me now, the internet is breaking up. It is giving some problems.
Go ahead, we're hearing you for the time being.
Yes. As I was saying a while ago, sorry I never did tell you the parish where
Yes, we heard you. We heard you the first time. That's time number 3 there. We heard you the first time, yes.
Yes, okay. All right. So a while ago, this was so fun a while ago. A while ago when you see the Rastafari, a while ago you let me laugh when you say it.
Happy to contribute to evoking laughter on your part.
Yes, okay.
That's it?
Yes. All right, let's get in. I heard the conversation yesterday when you talk about the young lady that gets stabbed in high school, the 15-year-old young woman. Why the person did stab her at her school that she attended.
They had a dispute.
Yeah, but dispute. She may be about to fight with a friend or something like that or whatever.
Yes, they had a dispute, which resulted into a fight.
Yes, okay. But I never did finish the conversation yesterday when I was talking about the crime and violence. As I did say to you earlier yesterday, why so many people have to be murdered in this country every year?
Well, as we responded yesterday, we, for whatever reason, some people argue that our history has something to do with it. Others are of the view that we are the way we are because we, in our own way as individuals and collectively as a nation, we have been tolerating behaviors, antisocial behavior, and just putting it down to minor things.
Yes.
And without recognizing that it's the small things, it's the little things that eventually become big things. So when we think something is just, for example, a student holding his fingers, what we call in Jamaica his gun fingers, and directing those gun fingers in the region of spectators in the stands. And then some of us say, well, then I saw everybody knows that's how it go and that's how we do it, and that kind of thing. And they tend to discount that action without recognizing that kind of action tacitly supports or gives tacit support to those who are engaged in violent, vicious, depraved behavior.
Correct, you're right. But some of us as teenagers, when some of the teenagers go into high school, some of the 16 and 18-year-old boys get out of high school because they want to become a gunman, they want to go on the street at night, murder people. Some of these teenagers are very dangerous. Even the other day when I was listening to the news, I heard that an 18-year-old man was arrested and charged. He maybe committed a crime or whatever.
Yes, well, if as an adult at 18, naturally he has been charged.
Yes. But the government need to take action against these criminals, take action against these gunmen and these teenagers. They must take action against them. The government must arrest them and charge them.
Well, the government collectively is not able to do that. So it's the authority, the police, the police vested with the authority to deal with public order.
Yes, especially the politicians every year. Every year when elections take place,
we don't have elections every year though. It's every 5 years.
You hear me? You're still on the line?
Yes, I'm saying we don't have elections every year.
Hello?
We don't have elections every year.
Hello, Mr. Malcolm, are you there?
Well, you're obviously not hearing us.
Yes, okay. As I was saying to you earlier, every 4 years when elections take place in Jamaica.
Every 5 years in Jamaica. Every 5 years. The time in Jamaica is every 5 years.
Yes.
Did you get that? You're not listening, you're just talking. Hello. You have to listen.
Hello, I am still on the line.
And I'm saying you have to listen. You have to listen as well. You have to listen. I was just correcting you. It's not every 4 years. Every 4 years maybe for presidential election in America, but every 5 years in Jamaica.
Oh, sorry about that. Thank you for telling me, teacher. So every 5 years when elections take place in Jamaica, people vote for these politicians and they are not helping them. They are not they are not helping poor people.
Hello?
Yes. Every 5 years when people vote for these politicians when it's election time, these politicians are not helping some poor people. Sometimes when I watch the news in the night, they blame the politicians, say they are not helping them because those politicians are rich and those poor people are poor. I don't understand why they have to blame those politicians all the time. Sometimes they blamed the prime minister for everything.
Well, it comes with the territory. Once you occupy certain positions, you can expect criticisms, and you can expect a demand for certain resources and services. You're not going to escape that. That's just a fact of life.
Yes. Yes. So give me interesting facts about the ZOSO special operations and the state of public emergency. Teacher, can you give me the interesting facts about them? I want to know what they are all about.
The state of public emergency is just what it says. There's a public emergency. Something serious is happening, and it has to be declared. There has to be a declaration in order to apply the policies and the laws which the Constitution allow for when we have a public emergency, a state of public emergency.
Yes. Yes, it is about the firearms and the guns and the weapons and the gang members. That is what it is all about, right?
I wouldn't say that is what it's all about, but clearly, if we're talking about crime and the breakdown of law and order in certain communities, then naturally it's going to involve the police.
Go ahead.
It will involve the police and possibly the army as well, and it will also result in the kind of searches and surveillance of communities that can help the investigators to determine who are the people behind the attempts to destabilize a particular community or constituency or parish or the country in general. Yes.
You're right. Yes, so that is what it's all about.
So that's a state of public emergency. The zone of special operation, it's a recognition that the level of crime or the levels of crime and violence within a particular community is such that that community requires urgent attention. And so there's an expression which I'm trying to remember as I'm speaking. There's about 3 stages. You hold, as in try and stem the bloodletting. So you try to stop the bleeding. That's the first thing. And then you cover your bases. You make sure that you have a handle on the situation, on the geography of the location, etc., so that you are able to apply certain remedies, which will come in the form of community development work. So the idea is to remove some of the environmental conditions that contribute to the the state of chaos in that particular community.
Yes.
One moment, please.
Coast to Coast Concrete, the high quality concrete for fencing, roofing, foundation, and road surfacing. Call 876-754-7472. The time by Coast to Coast Concrete is
3:15. Waiting on your receivables. Waiting to purchase raw materials to fulfill your next order. Waiting to get paid for goods already sold. 60 days, 90 days. Invoices way past due. What if you could be insured for up to 85% of your domestic and foreign receivables? So that if you don't get paid on time, your biggest priority, your business, will not have to wait. Trade credit insurance. Insurance worth having. Credit without waiting. Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and livelihood.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app. Manage your waste and save. Learn more about various wastewater systems for farms and residential use, assistance in getting NEPA licenses, and monitoring and characterization of your wastewater. Tune in to Rare Business this and every Tuesday at 10 a.m. for Manage Your Waste and Save. Brought to you by the Scientific Research Council Wastewater Management Services. Environmentally conscious, responsive, and solution-oriented. That's Manage Your Waste and Save. Listen every Tuesday at 10 a.m. during Real Business, right here on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Thank you for holding, but let's see if we can wrap it now. Remember, there are others who would like to get on as well.
Yes, okay. One final thing before I go. The other day, when I was listening to a disc jockey select on the radio, and he says that he loves to listen to gunman music. I think the music that these young people are singing nowadays are not positive music. They are singing negative music. What are your thoughts about the music that the youngsters are singing nowadays in the music and the entertainment industry?
The late Tony Leng used to be more specific. He would say that music is not the problem. It's the lyrical content that's the problem. The lyrical content. Music by itself is not the problem. It's the lyrical content. And there have been initiatives over the years, especially in relatively recent times, to encourage those of us who have access to members of the public through the various recordings that we put out, that we be mindful of this violence-ravaged society that we have, and therefore we have to be very clear and careful not to endorse individuals, organizations, groups, or actions which would bring a greater level of disorder and chaos.
Even the dancehall music that is playing nowadays as well. The dancehall music is very negative. Popcorn and all of those singers are singing negative music. All of those songs have been a lot of curse words, especially Vybz Kartel, who is behind the bars in prison now. He's not singing positive music neither. He's singing gunman music. You there?
Yes.
Yes. But the reggae music that our reggae singers are singing nowadays, Copy and Connix and those people, and Horace Riley and Queen Ifrita, they are singing very, very positive music. I love their songs.
All right. Thank you very much for the call. All the best.
Yes, thank you for inviting me on your program.
Thank you for calling. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Steve McDonald in Toronto, Canada, has been holding for 5 minutes, 51 seconds. All right, so let's go to Steve McDonald in Toronto, Canada. Good afternoon, Steve.
Good afternoon. We found in Toronto, Canada anymore.
You're home?
Yes, I'm home.
Well, welcome home, Steve McDonald. Welcome home.
I was saying that I was thinking that back in the days pre-COVID, the first stop would be at downtown. What was the address again? Just to stamp my passport. But no, COVID days, things have changed.
Apparently.
Yeah, would have been able to stop by the Gleaner station and
at North Street.
At North Street, yes, and stamp the passport, but that's not available again. Yeah, I'm home to for the send off for my aunt. Emma.
Oh yes, Miss Emma. Condolences once again to you and your family.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So that's the purpose. She had done a lot of time. She was a principal at Denton Primary, and also she taught at St. Peter and Paul. So she was a person of service. So had to take the time to come and give her respect.
Yes.
That she did. Yeah. So just touching base. One first thing I had to do was to stop by the airport and get some nice coconut water to wash off the cross. Sorry, I mean the coal. And taking some of that sunshine. So I'm going to try to pick up some cane on the way now, and that is the top. But we get coconuts in Toronto, but nothing cannot be compared to the coconuts that we have here. And I'm looking forward to the Otaheite apple. I would call them ya back in the country. I don't know what you guys call it.
That sounds. I've never heard that before. So
yeah,
I'll
be interested to hear what other people outside of Kingston called it, because I mean you're Kingstonian. Yeah, I was not accustomed to the name Otaheite apple until I came to town. But yeah, it's will be interesting to hear what the other guys outside of Kingston call. Anyway, Dervan, I won't take up any more of your time. Just wanted to stop by and virtually nowadays and say hi.
That's very kind of you, Steve. Once again, condolences to you and your family as you mourn the passing of the late Emma Wellington.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Steve is checking in. Not in Toronto, Canada today. He's right here at home in Jamaica. And we look forward to, who knows, we'll see if we'll be able to connect at some point. But all the best, Steve. Take care. Let's take another call. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, give thanks. I also welcome home to Steve. Yeah, he's a man with a very famous name.
Yes.
Remember Steve Austin?
Yes.
The man with the bionic eyes.
Uh-huh.
Right, so welcome home, sir, even though the situation and the occasion is not so much of a celebration, but enjoy yourself while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that Joe MacGyver has caused our children to over creative?
No, my father used to be referred to when he worked at a telephone company. They used to call him MacGyver. Because he's very, very, very good. He has an engineering mind.
Oh boy, that shows. I love that. Sure, though. But
Yeah.
anyway, the Virgin was talking about repatriation and keep talking about it. While some of us are saying that we want reparation, that we can get the money for go home, go buy some tractor and carry some seeds and plant up some food for the idle land. He want to go home and then they come hunt him down and send the money come give him. I don't know how practical that will be. I think we should demand it and get it here. And who want to repatriate can get theirs now and go and build and develop Africa.
Yes. Hope he's still listening. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. The Prime Minister gone to the US. Bilateral talk, as they call it.
Yes.
And we are hearing some billions of Jamaican dollars that Jamaica will be. Is it a gift or just in form of investment?
You know, I haven't digested that particular story yet, but it seems to be more of a. I don't think it's a loan. I think it is a grant. I think so. $30 million.
Yeah, it sounds that way, but what will Jamaica have to pay for that? Who would Jamaica pay? Because nothing is for nothing in these times, you know? Especially when it's over sounding good.
Well, this story is that. Well, it's 20 million US, but obviously when you do the math and convert, it's billions of Jamaican dollars. 20 million to be invested in the Jamaican economy, 20 million US dollars. And then that's where I'm going next. That is 10 million US. And that is for at-risk children. I changed the word that is there because you wouldn't want us to use the other word that they have in this story. So at-risk children, they are the ones who will benefit from the 10 million US. And apparently America will be working with Jamaica to provide assistance on top of the 12 million assistance already being given to Jamaica. That sounds like some more money there.
So will their physical presence be here monitoring how the money is being spent or what?
That information I'm not seeing, or I haven't seen, but let's see.
Well, hopefully the Prime Minister can give a detailed layout of how the money will be spent and who will be really, really benefiting from it.
And it's apparently an independence gift, you could call it, because the Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, did say that that the Prime Minister's presence in the United States served to reaffirm the strength of the relationship between the United States and Jamaica and the Caribbean as a whole, but also on this, the 60th anniversary, not only of Jamaica's independence, but also diplomatic relationship between Jamaica and the United States.
You see, sometimes when you take some very tasty and fancy gift from people, you know, you're actually becoming their slave in a milder way than the ordinary slaves.
Well, before you go any further, that is where the journalists come in, because the journalists must now get an opportunity to quiz the Prime Minister on his visit to the United States and whether there is some kind of a quid pro quo. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, or something else.
Right.
So that's I think there will be an opportunity this evening, though, for that, because the Prime Minister is the special guest of Jamaica's ambassador to the United States, Audrey Marks, Ambassador Marks, on her Connect with, let me tell you, because you perhaps could get in on that session and maybe drop a couple of questions there as well. One moment, please, Raskava.
Provide proper invoices for customs when presenting goods for examination. This could prevent delays during clearance. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:30. Who says an excellent medical education has to be expensive?
The Caribbean School of Medical Sciences Jamaica offers quality training through our affordable pre-med and Doctor of Medicine programs. Our aim is to develop a quality workforce of professionals. We offer excellent facilities, experienced lectures, and hands-on learning. Plus, scholarships are now available. Secure the career of your dreams by applying today. Visit us at 77 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8, or send us an email at info@csmsj.edu.jm. Caribbean School of Medical Sciences Jamaica, your first step to success in medicine and health sciences.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for a live broadcast of the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints this Sunday, April 3 from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 3 to 5 p.m. Don't miss the inspirational messages of this worthwhile event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints this Sunday, April 3 from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 3 to 5 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Yes, Raskaba, there's a virtual town hall meeting. I think I said this evening. It's not this evening. It's tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock Jamaica time, which is 7 p.m. in America, Eastern Date Time, to be more precise. And it's going, as I said, it's going to feature Ambassador Audrey Marks. Well, she's hosting the town hall, and it will feature the Prime Minister. It will be live on Instagram, Zoom, YouTube, Facebook Live. And there are opportunities, I'm sure, for people to ask questions, those who are on that town hall. So there's an opportunity, Raskaba.
To watch it. Yeah, because I was saying that he who feeds you owns you.
Yes.
And remember, the American did send a warning that be careful how you allow Chinese to take over Jamaica. Not in so many words, but that's the color of the message anyway. And the Americans and the Chinese are not the best of friends. So when they want to develop Jamaica in that farm, when their enemies are here, sitting in a sitting, you don't know, but this is one time I hope that I'm wrong in thinking that. But, it tastes good and smell good when we smell it. But we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, well, the accountability should help from the standpoint of a post-trip press conference. That would be appropriate, a post-trip press conference to say, of course, well, they did have a press conference in the White House, but a press conference now in Jamaica, because I'm not sure if any Jamaican journalists outside of perhaps those from, except for members of the team at the Office of the Prime Minister and JIS. So Jamaican journalists would now get, or should get, an opportunity to question the Prime Minister on the nature and extent of his visit to Washington, D.C.
But then again, I don't think it should have to be forcing the Prime Minister to divulge such information that is of national interest.
No. That wouldn't come into the question at all, because it's a given that once it has to do with national security in a significant way, then you can't have that in the public sphere.
The Prime Minister have gone to meet Bill Gates, and he has never come back and tell us why he went and what the country and how the country benefited, or what it was on his personal holiday visit or what. He don't know him to make a report tell us why. If you don't do your search and find out and see them, you would never know same way. From 2018 it happened. So that's why people that say all kind of things about the vaccine and him and them stuff. We need to communicate with the nation whenever time you go. Even for your private visit, tell them, say, well, I just went to meet my family. That means they won't expect nothing. But if you don't say anything, then people have to speculate and it's not doing good to the psyche of the people then.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah, because you leave a void, you leave a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. Just notice any space that is left unattended, something else eventually takes up that space. If it's even dust or dirt or whatever.
ear.
There you go.
Ear, always I look for that vacuum.
That's right.
But you know, I wish him well, and I no doubt he has have good intentions for Jamaica. But there are some advisors that not advising him at their best. That's why they need to have a round table talk, as I have said, where education, finance, and health is concerned. That the other one can blame them, say, boy, I will not do it, and I'm not part of it. Those three should be a bilateral decision. Cross the table, both PNP and JST executive, and from member of some organized group too. Because everybody, we're all in it together. So don't think, say, well, if you seek help, it's because you're weak and don't know what to do. You're just making sure that you don't dictate to the people what to do.
I hear you.
Big thanks again, Roberto.
Thanks for the call. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Horror 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's go to the phone lines once again, assuming that whoever we're going to has been online holding for longer than 4 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, let's go to that phone call first, and then we come back to this call on our text line, same as the WhatsApp number. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I just want to make some comments. To follow up on what Rascava was saying, I over the years, I think we have had a problem with our leaders who go abroad and come back. They don't generally give a report. That's one. Two, I'm skeptical and doubtful of the money that we get. We're glad for it and so on. But I'm not 100% sure it's going to be spent properly and so on. There's no guarantee that it's not going to go to party favorite. And if and when some people try to get an account of how each cent is, every money is spent, is difficult. It's like extracting a truth. You have to go through ATI, and even that time will take a while before we get the accountability, because we need to do that. For example, again,
but the fact that that channel exists is in and of itself a good thing. It just means that those who administer it must do so in a way that demonstrates a commitment to informing the nation on these matters.
Yes, because I've heard it said before on more than one occasion, people both from the media and so on have tried to access information that they are entitled to get through ATI, and sometimes it gives problem for them, even through the ATI. And the next thing is...
Yeah, but they usually have, like in most systems, there are checks and balances. So if you're not satisfied with the response or the feedback or the general attitude towards giving the information, there are certain other steps that can be taken.
Okay. And then quickly moving along, even for example, some years ago, Mr. Fidel Castro sent some light bulb to us here to be given free. And a mess was made of it. The light bulbs were being sold. They were not distributed properly. Until now, I don't even know what became of it. I don't know. A number of persons probably didn't get. And I gather that he sent enough that everybody could get. And here it is, the man sent it to us free, to be given out free. And we don't know what became of them.
Yes, that remains a blot, an embarrassment. Yes.
To this day, I think, I'm moving right along. A gentleman earlier mentioned, I think his name is Steve, mentioned, I would probably want to know which rural area he's from, because I was pleasantly surprised.
Westmoreland, Lennox Bigwoods in Westmoreland.
Oh my God, that explains it. That's near where I'm from.
Oh.
Because I was wondering, he mentioned, I have never heard it used otherwise.
So how do you get something that is called Otaheite apple. How do you get that to become yaya?
I don't know. But when I was growing up, I never know anything about Otaheite apple, you know.
Oh?
No. For years, I went to college, Michael College, when I was young,
Yes.
1970. Probably somewhere like that. I was just talking today to somebody how it's funny when I went to college in 1970 and walk down the crossroad. I never know Kingston good, you know, and see people selling leaf of life. And I say to a person, well, my God, you know how hard Papa tried to kill out leaf of life, the more we see him, then be good. I'm from near there, adjoining district.
Yes.
There are two big woods. I'm from the other one here, Billion Bigwood. Anyhow, they are near to the Alistan. And when I was going to, Papa, I put them in bag and dig hole and cover them because they had to die. And if one leaf drop, anyway, the one leaf drop, I will try to kill it. I'm going to Kingston and see them selling it.
So what one leaf can spur growth?
One leaf, leaf of life. Anywhere drop it grow. Maybe that's why they call it leaf of life. It's hard to kill. And the next thing is, I used to teach social studies, but as I said before, you were schooled at Calabar at one point.
Yes.
Although in my days when I was there, they didn't do social studies at Calabar when I taught geography. And the words when I teach otherwise, not only in Jamaica but elsewhere in the Caribbean, how words are different. Now, in Westmoreland, there's a thing I'm going to talk, but I know about word because I travel, I teach in Westmoreland, I teach in Kingston and Clarendon and abroad too. So I'm acquainted with them. In Westmoreland, there's a certain piece of equipment, I don't know what you call it, boys use to shoot bird. In Westmoreland, like up Leonard's Big, we call it catapult.
Not slingshot, not the same as slingshot.
No, not coming to that. In the Alistan, and so when I'm in Spanish Town and I say catapult, nobody knows what I'm talking about. And when I come to Westmoreland and say slingshot, they don't know what I'm talking about. So in Westmoreland, the other part, we call it catapult.
Oh.
And in Kingston and Spanish Town, I used to use, they call it slingshot because I went out to a place to buy food, raw food like dasheen and yam. And the argument come and I mentioned about catapult. And Aston, the man who was selling food, don't know what I'm talking about. Nobody there buying food know what I'm talking about. They know what, and they call it slingshot or blingy.
Oh.
Good. Now this can be serious at times and sometimes cause near blow, fight and so on. I was sitting at the table with my wife and mother-in-law, my grandmother, I call her mother-in-law. To the cut it short, the argument came up. And I tell him about a case with Mr. Perkins. Said he was driving through Poros and saw a little baby creeping across the road. So I stopped and look and say, who baby this? And he said, Lord, a Jasmine baby, you know. When he go Jasmine's there washing clothes and never noticed that the baby creep away and almost in the road. So I was saying to my grandma, they call me mother-in-law, because it's my wife, grandmother, but they call me mother. Say, you know, you could have put it in a zinc pan and put pillow to catch up the baby. But the lady said, you mad? What you saying? And the lady called me. So I said, I want to tell you, when me take a stock, we nearly coil around the table. What me call zinc pan, a different thing they call zinc pan. What we call zinc pan down here is a round pan. You can wash clothes and so on. It looks like a tub. In other words, it's a metal.
That's the same thing we call wash pan.
Yes, well on. But today you don't have them around anymore anyhow. I don't see them nowhere at all. We have everything a plastic now instead. So it's like a metal version of a wash tub. Huh?
Yes.
That is what we call zinc pan. Oh. Now there's another pan waiting in Rascal, but can be out on this part now. It's what we call it kerosene pan or kerosene tin. Now what is strange about that is just like butter pan. Is cheese coming butter pan? I will mutabaruka with that. Cheese come in Botapan and he call it Botapan. I'm not sure why.
There's a piece of dub poetry about Botapan. I just me one and me little Botapan just a travel the land. Something like that. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
Who says an excellent medical education has to be expensive?
The Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica, offers quality training through our affordable pre-med and Doctor of Medicine programs. Our aim is to develop a quality workforce of professionals. We offer excellent facilities, experienced lectures, and hands-on learning. Plus, scholarships are now available. Secure the career of your dreams by applying today. Visit us at 77 Sharbridge Road, Kingston 8, or send us an email at info@csmsj.edu.jm. Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica, your first doctor success in medicine and health sciences.
Jesus, Jesus, oh Jesus, Jesus, oh how I love to call your name.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious calling program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us.
You shall live. Amen. You shall be a living testimony. You're on the Lord's side.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for a live broadcast of the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints this Sunday, April 3 from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 3 to 5 p.m. Don't miss the inspirational messages of this worthwhile event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints this Sunday, April 3 from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 3 to 5 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Under the Law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 50 years. That's right. Join us on Thursdays at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and at 9:55 p.m. Compliments of the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities. Educating, advocating, empowering. Under the Law, Thursdays on Power 106 FM.
Respect your brother, sisters, and all. Let's not deal with illiteracy. World without intelligence. Lord, we gonna walk. Walk, down freedom. Everybody know we gonna walk.
Thanks for holding. Please continue.
Yes, I'm going to close now because I could tell you more about the different words from island to island, but I'm going to say that for another day. You understand?
Sure.
Another day because I want to give somebody else. But in closing, the cursing pan, I don't know why they call it because coconut oil used to come in it. Coconut oil?
Yes.
In those days, we didn't know what name vegetable oil and what we have in the market today. All type of vegetable coconut oil we know.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, anyhow, even cornmeal. But I never know that cornmeal sell in the shop to buy cornmeal. We grate the cornmeal that we call cornmeal. You grate the corn. So you strip off the thing when it reaches a certain stage, and you have grater to a 2-foot grater like it's a big enough on a piece of board, cut and nail on it. And we grate that. That's what we used to make cornmeal dumpling. Oh, lastly, even mangoes, different name they give to mangoes because there's a mango that people call common mango. I never hear that name till I come to King, so we call it bunchy down here. Or stringy, I guess stringy. And there's another mango that they call science skin or something like that. Down here they call it green cage or something. Green cage and dunkel. Dunkel mango. The fellow who Franto Lennox, they probably know it by that name. In Kingston, they call it by a different name. Another day, I will look on the words that you differ from on one island to like Bula, for example. I forget about it. But another day, I'll talk about that.
Well, that one we have to be careful how we talk about it.
Exactly. Another day, we talk about that one. What happened? It happened to when I was marking CXC. I must losing job because they were
yes.
Jamaica Bula.
Yes.
And the first time I heard about it is IT and Fancy Cat. I heard they were performing.
Yes. Yes, I heard that.
Right.
Yes.
When I tell my brother who is living in America about it, he say, "What do you mean? Everybody knows Pula means." So I say, "No, a lot of people don't know." The other day we talk about it. I tell you, we're going to do some other words.
All right. Thanks for the call.
You're welcome, sir.
Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's see if this caller is still on the line. I see June in Norway is trying to get through to us. June in Norway, we have a listener who has been holding, or a caller who has been holding for 18 minutes and 29 seconds. That's a long time. Terribly sorry about that. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for your patience.
First cousin, I mean, I listen to reasoning still with you on Rascal and the last caller. The last caller, every time we say lastly, him jump on something else. So, I enjoy the reasoning still.
Yes.
Anyhow, I have 2 points I want to make it. The one that them say, them go and give the Prime Minister $10 million for at-risk youth. As I hear Rascal ask you, who monitor that money and make sure it go for the purpose that they give it for?
It depends on the entity they use. Yes, they might very well channel it through the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, which has an excellent reputation at delivering on the commitment they give in terms of community development.
What you ask, you used to listen to Mr. Perkins, and he used to say him have information that the government at the time get some money from fine, and when them change it out, come to $2 billion Jamaican dollar. That every Jamaican should get some money from that to improve their life. And Mr. Perkins start talking in dead gun, and we never hear it record.
Yes.
So I hope this is not the case.
No, it's accountability is a must, and it would suit those who are administering the distribution of the resources to open themselves and their organizations to scrutiny, because yes.
I'm saying that Jamaican people satisfied with the words and not action. A man can't tell anything but want somebody sit on the case and monitor the thing away on the news every dollar spent.
Yeah, but we do have reputable, tried, tested, and proven organizations in Jamaica, like the one I've named, Jamaica Social Investment Fund. They deliver. There's no question about that. You can go to their website, and better yet, take the information from the website and drive to all the communities that they have impacted under the Jamaica Social Investment Fund.
So, Malcolm, you give me a lifetime job this hour.
No, I'm just telling you, I understand the skepticism and the trepidation in some respects with regard to how the funds will be used. But I'm just making the point, because I'm not one of those. Those who listen long enough would recognize I'm not in the business of just broad brushing and engaging in some general statements, etc. We always like to remind where there seems to be a tendency where people are suggesting that we have no reputable entity in Jamaica that can efficiently deliver such resources. We want to make it clear that we do have such entities in Jamaica, and their reputation precedes them.
It's not a matter of not having them, you know. The problem is when people have pressure, the system find the war go on, them take it out of the news and people don't hear about it again. So that's why people get a little bit skeptical.
That's why I'm saying to you, you don't have to take my word for it. In your spare time, Google JSIF. It's the acronym for the abbreviation for Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF. You Google that and look at the body of work that those people have been doing in our communities across this country.
Okay, let me switch gear a little bit.
Yes.
The last caller yesterday, I'm talking about parents have to take responsibility for their kids. I was listening, but I was trying to get on, but time ran out on me. After I'm finished and the news come up, the policeman who in charge of the area where the singer man died yesterday. He said something which I come to a conclusion that there are some kids out there, when they get themselves in problem with, whether by gangster or whatever, and they have to take away themselves and leave you, the parents or family member, in problem. And you are the parents cannot hold them responsible for that, because when a child grow up and decide, say, this is the road I'm going to take, there's nothing you can do about it. I've seen this thing happen over and over. The policeman in charge said, in trying to put things together and wonder if this is the case why the singer man dead, because his son is in custody now on a murder charge. And him is a violent producer in the area.
According to the police, yes, that's what the police have reported.
Well, he must have information to say that.
So I'm just saying it for emphasis, so that it doesn't come across as you saying it. In other words, that you, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, but when a child go there, and I'm seeing where me come from in Jamaica, I've seen them all the time. Parents try to correct them, and when they reach any age, parents can't talk to them again. So I hear people blaming, because even the sister, the singer man daughter, that saying that when they were small, the father used to take them to stage show and things. So I don't know what it is, but I know as time go along and them get big and want to do their own thing, the parents have no control over that. So, but I'm really sorry that the father head up that way, you know. And the gangster, the most operation that we are attacking other family member when they can't catch who them want. I think those guys need to get themselves organized and stop doing those crazy things. If me and you have a problem, don't attack my father, my sister, my brother, whatever. Come look for me and make us take that problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing some crazy stuff, and I think the authorities are supposed to. If I was the authority, why didn't you come in the court and offense like that you do? Well, in 50 or 60, you're back on the street, and then I would send a message to your friend or your fellow gang member who's doing those crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, me have nothing to do with you and John Tom, and through John Tom, may hear somebody say you will come attack me. That's the crazy stuff they're doing, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right.
We hear you loud and clear. Thanks for sharing.
All right, boss.
Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Hello to Inez Iona Campbell. She says it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Blessed love, everyone. To you too, Inez. Clement, let's see this surname now. It could be that those two L's combined will give you a Y sound, so you could get Vieres, Clement Vieres. It could also be, yeah, I can't see it being something else. Clement Vieres. And it could also be French. It could be French and Spanish. The Spanish would be Vieres, and the French then would be Vier. Clement, when we lived in Marvelly back in the days, me and young guy out late, police and soldier kick you up and run you home, says Clement. Sorry to hear that. One moment, please.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Consumer Talks, educating and empowering consumers towards a more vigilant and confident consumer-friendly Jamaica. Join us every second and last Tuesday of each month at 9:35 on Real Business. Listen and learn about your rights and responsibilities. Learn how the CAC works to empower consumers in Jamaica. Consumer Talks, brought to you by the Consumer Affairs Commission, protecting your rights, securing our future.
Manage your waste and save. Learn more about various wastewater systems for farms and residential use, assistance in getting NEPA licenses, and monitoring and characterization of your wastewater. Tune in to Real Business this and every Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Please find out if he's still available.
Brought to you by the Scientific Research Council Wastewater Management Services. Environmentally conscious, responsive, and solution-oriented. That's Manage Your Waste and Save. This and every Tuesday at 10 a.m. during Real Business, right here on Power 106 FM.
Let's not quarrel. Let's not fight. Let's get together. We all can unite and take off these chains from our kids. Cause we're gonna walk on freedom street. Everybody know we gonna walk down freedom street. United we stand, divided we fall. Respect your brother, sisters and all. Let's not deal with illiteracy. Work it out intelligently. Lord, cause we gonna walk down freedom street. Everybody know we gonna walk down freedom street. Freedom street.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:03. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4:03. 现在地点了4:03分. 3 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we're taking a break from your calls and your messages for just a moment. We crave your indulgence as we welcome Mr. Arnold Idonka of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They're having a very big event, their general conference, on Saturday and Sunday. And Power 106 FM will be carrying Sunday's messages live, and so too JNN. And we want to ensure that our listeners are sufficiently seized of the plans for those who will be attending. And those who will not be able to attend but will want information on how they can, from wherever in the world they are, experience the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so let's say hello and welcome this afternoon to Mr. Arnold Idonkor. How are you?
I'm doing very well. And how are you doing too?
I am fine, thanks. And I trust that is exactly how you pronounce your name. If not, give us a hand there.
Oh, okay, it's Odonko. It starts with an O.
Oh, so I got an I for an O. So it's Odonka. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Arnold Odonka. Let's hear now about this weekend. What is so significant? What is so special about the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints?
Well, this is one of our special events that take place in the course of the year. It happens twice in a year, and we refer to them as our general conferences, which all members of the church and non-members of the church and anyone that desires to be part of it are invited to participate. And so this event is this event is the first one in the year, and it's a very special time for the members of the church and all those that are friends and family members of the church to gather together, and then we sit at the feet of our leadership of the church worldwide, and then we are given instructions and we are counseled, and we are helped to know the will of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in these present times and these most challenging times. And so that's how we receive counsel and direction to help us in building our families and to strengthen ourselves as individuals as well.
Do I have to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to experience the General Conference on Saturday and Sunday?
No, you do not need to. The church is open up to everyone, those whoever you may be, in whatever circles or environment, male and female, old and young, everyone is invited to participate. So you do not necessarily need to. However, for us as members, it's a special time for us, and we would love that it to be a special time for all the other, the general public and all others that love to hear the word of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
And for those who have never been to a general conference, whether physically or virtually, can you give us a little more in terms of how the activities are structured to achieve your objectives?
Yes, this event is going to be taking place on Saturday and Sunday. We are going to have a Saturday session, and then we are going to have a Sunday session. And the times that are provided is in Jamaican time, so you need not to worry about the time. But then the time for Jamaica on Saturday would be in the morning. In the morning at 11 a.m. Jamaican time, would have the morning session, and that will conclude by 1 p.m. It's a 2-hour session for the morning, and then in the afternoon there is another 2-hour session between 3 to 5 p.m. And then in the evening there is another session, and this is a women's session, and that will be all the women and the sisters who are members of the church and those who are not, friends and family, will be able to listen to the counsel of the prophets and apostles and the leadership of the church. And so this is the Saturday session. The Sunday session will follow the same pattern, but there'll be only 2 sessions. And that will be at 11 a.m. same time on Sunday morning. And then in the afternoon, the afternoon session will be similarly at 3 p.m. So there'll be 5 sessions in total, 3 sessions on Saturday, and then 2 sessions on Sunday.
Sounds like it's you've worked it out in such a way that the transition from one phase or stage to another should be quite smooth.
Yes, very, very smoothly. This is a time and an event that for the church things are done in order. The church always wants to arrange things in such a way that we can be able to visit with every session and be comfortably to transfer from one session to another. So there's almost a lot of time between the sessions to allow us to be able to refresh ourselves and then be able to come back and be able to participate in the next session as well.
All right, so is it fair to say you're having a hybrid general conference from the standpoint of having people both physically present at the venue and also connected in cyberspace?
Yes, exactly. And we know the circumstances under which we live. And so in the height of the COVID, we've been having virtual sessions throughout, and at which we were able to sit in the comfort of our homes and behind our televisions, or on our phones. If you have a cell phone or whatever it is, you can be able to connect and then participate in this great event. And so this time it's going to be a mix of live session where there'll be members present and other non-members as well present at the venue location, which is in Salt Lake, Utah, in the U.S. And then for those of us here in Jamaica, we have the opportunity to watch it. We can watch it live as well. It's going to be on www.youtube.com. And then also another link will be the www.churchofjesuschrist.org link. So there'll be 2 links, and that will be available for us to sit in the comfort of our homes and participate and watch it live and be able to listen to counsel directly from our leadership.
I see. And for how do you usually proceed from here? Are there follow-ups? Are there certain decisions that are made which are then implemented either immediately or over time? Are positions up for change, etc.?
Well, this general session at which the leadership would make decisions as to extending some calls to those that they have been inspired by the Lord to make those calls. We would sustain them in the sense that when we say we're going to sustain them, what it means is that we are going to say that we are going to support them to do their work, and we are going to we are going to do all that we can to be able to help them fulfill their work. However, the main part of this session would be for us to listen to the counsel that comes to our leadership, the prophet and apostles of the church that represent our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this dispensation of these current times, and to be able to find out the will of the Lord as individuals and families, what would we do in our various homes and in our personal life. So it's a time for us to listen and to reflect and to ponder and to be able to apply the instructions and the teachings that are coming to our own lives as individuals and as families. And so that is a major part of what is going to take place, so that we can be able to prepare ourselves for all the times in which we are, especially in these COVID times and in all the challenges that we experience across this world. that we would know exactly what preparations are there for us to do, to take care of ourselves and to live our lives in harmony with each other, and then also to live our lives in such a way that we can be blessings to other people and we can be instruments in the hands of the Lord to bless their lives. So that is the general thing that's going to take place with this period session.
One moment, please. After the break, please come back and tell us or remind those who already have the information how they can connect, how can they experience this weekend's general conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Get high-quality blinds and beautiful windows, drapes, and wooden flooring from Sam the Blind Man, 40 Barnett Street, Montego Bay. The time by Sam the Blind Man is 4:15. Come and gather with friends, family, and fellow followers of Jesus Christ. Come and feel peace through music and messages of Jesus Christ. Come and hear the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come and see what is possible because of Him.
Join us for General Conference on Sunday 3rd at 10:30 a.m. here on this station. Get front row access to 5 exhilarating days of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships live on OneSpotMedia.com. Pay-per-view from April 5 to 9. Purchase your early bird season pass for only US $27.99. Offer ends March 27, or the regular season pass for US $34.99. You may also purchase day passes, days 1, 2, and 3 for US $10.99 each. Day 4 US $15.99 and day 5 US $20.99. Simply log into One Spot Media, select the pay-per-view tab, and buy your ticket. You may also download the One Spot Media app and watch on the go. Purchase your pay-per-view ticket.
Que hora es en español? Son las 4:16. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:16. 现在TDN 了10七分. So the time changed from 4:16 to 4:17. 17 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all the schoolers listening to us, all the students from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Let's wrap our conversation now with Mr. Arnold Odonkor of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He has been speaking with us on the upcoming General Conference of the church, and that will be this Saturday and Sunday. And Power 106 FM will be carrying Sunday's messages live. It will also, the program will also be live on JNN. And but let's get some more precise information from Mr. Arnold Odonkor, please, with the information in terms of how people can follow the work of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and in particular, this weekend's General Conference. What are their options, those who will be joining you virtually?
Well, like you rightly said, yes, we're going to be on your station, Power 106 FM, and we are going to be broadcasting through your station, and at the same time, we will also be broadcasting by television on JNN TV. There's the Jamaica National TV station, and so without having to worry so much about any link or any internet challenges or whichever you may experience, every one of us, we are invited to tune in into Power 106 FM, and that will be by radio. And then for television, we are going to be on the JNN, and you can be able to watch it and listen and be able to be part of this inspiring event and directions that we're going to be receiving. So these two channels will carry it, and they'll carry it live and for our benefit as well.
And during what time period?
Yes, it's going to be on these two stations. It's going to be on Sunday, and like I said, it's going to be coming in live. So our time for Jamaica on Saturday, sorry, on Sunday. Let me give you the two times for Saturday and Sunday. On
Yes.
Sunday, it will be at 11 a.m. the morning session. On Saturday, afternoon session will be at 3, and then the evening session will be at 7 p.m.
Okay.
On Sunday, the same time for the morning session, it will be at 11 a.m. and then the afternoon session will be at 3 p.m. And so these Sunday sessions will be carried live by Power 106 FM and then by JNN TV.
Very good. We want to commend you and the members of your congregation for your commitment to getting the word all across Jamaica and the world for in the way that you have. Notwithstanding the pandemic, clearly you have managed to garner even more support and interest in the work of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And that is quite commendable. Well done to you and your church family.
Thank you very much. And that is, would extend that appreciation to the leadership of the church that always strive to make sure that members all around the world, in every part of the world, members are in every part of the world, and each of us, wherever we are, could always be able to listen to such instruction and counsel, because it goes to bless families and individuals. So they really put in that effort to ensure that we can equally be part of this event that takes place almost almost every year.
Very good. Well done. And thanks once again for partnering with Power 106 FM and JNN, which are members of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group. Thank you so much. Please have a blessed weekend, and we're looking forward to another successful, heart warming and fulfilling and inspirational General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Thank you very much, too. Thank you. We'd like to express appreciation to the two of you, to the two sister stations. We are grateful for your support at every time. You know, almost twice every year, we are able to partner with you to bring this, especially to the citizenry of Jamaica and also to our members as well. So we express our appreciation to you, and we love you. We are grateful for all that you do. Thank you very much.
Many happy returns. Thank you, too. Take care. That was Mr. Arnold Odonka of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's a big weekend for the church, their general conference, Saturday and Sunday. And you're invited to join online. You can listen to Power 106 FM, and you can also watch on JNN. Good. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And let's clear a couple more messages in the meantime while we try to connect with another guest. And so let's see here. Cherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Have a blessed weekend. To you too, Cherry Henry. Taki Lemqua in New Jersey says, we're living in an illusion of crime, which is inseparable from corruption in all aspects of the society, are not dealt with fairly and squarely in a society that is imbued with classism in the mix. Taki Lemqua goes on to say, bless up on the downside of the afternoon, Dervan, and all on board here in the chat and globally listening and participating. Greetings. And he goes on as well to say, Raskaba on point. The people's business is for all, not mutually exclusive, only to government or either JLP and PNP as a whole, or either one or the other separately. Casita Johnson says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Just on, you always doing great, true caller. These youths of today, they are living Wild West life. Thanks for your messages on YouTube, on the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. Let's clear some of the messages on Facebook Live now. So Clement Vieres says, what, and you could pronounce the name as well, Villiers. You could say Villiers, you could say Vieres, and you could say Vier. What happened to good police? All when you get pulled over and is money, total breakdown of the system, says Clement. Well, here's the thing, Clement. No matter the nature of the organization, no matter the extent of the training, in the final analysis, it all boils down to what an individual does at a particular point in time. So one individual who just happens to be in uniform and who just happens to be a policeman decides to go rogue, and he or she is outed, as they say, and immediately that organization is tarnished. And so it speaks to all of us as individuals maintaining a high level of integrity that is above scrutiny in our daily affairs, and especially when we operate in organizations, institutions, entities, agencies, which are associated with the state, with the government. So we need to, it's good people are hard to find. We've heard that a lot. But we have to be a little more deliberate in how we handpick those who are going to be serving in certain sensitive positions. Because as we have seen, all it takes is just one person to go astray. And before you know it, we have a whole gang that is supposedly comprised of police personnel. All it takes is one person. It's the power of one, whether good or bad. The power of one person. So I see you're saying the breakdown of all the system. And I was just making the point, Clement, that no doubt efforts are made, not just only here in Jamaica, but elsewhere in the world, to make systems as impregnable as possible. But when we're dealing with mankind, when we're dealing with human beings, anything is possible, including everything. And Faye Weller says what he's saying is true. Same parish I came from. I think something to do with the pronunciation of or the designation of the apples, the Otaheite apples, and something else. Let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. Come and gather with friends, family, and fellow followers of Jesus Christ. Come and feel peace through music and messages of Jesus Christ. Come and hear the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come and see what is possible because of
You got the WhatsApp?
Join us for General Conference on Sunday 3rd at 10:30 a.m. here on this station.
Parents, students, teachers, Paper and Things provides more than just great service. We are your source for a variety of printing, stationery, and binding supplies. We provide assistance for school assignments and projects. There are stickers, foam balls, cardboards, paints, Play-Doh, construction paper, teaching charts, and more. Paper and Things, a subsidiary of Speedy Prints, located at 20 Market Street, Montego Bay. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Telephone 940-1491.
Sorry about that. I sent it to the guest instead of you, instead of the Power 106 WhatsApp.
Join us on Thursdays at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and at 9:55 p.m. Compliments of the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, educating, advocating, empowering. Under the Law, Thursdays on Power 106 FM.
Respect your brother, sisters, and all. Let's not deal with illiteracy. Let's work it out intelligently. Lord, cause we gonna walk down Freedom Street. Everybody know we gonna walk.
Que hora es en español? Son las 5:28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:28. 现在几点了？5:28. 28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children, and a good time for us to say hello and welcome to Dr. Nadine Wong of the Alabaster Gates Children's Charity. Dr. Wong, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm fine, thanks. Good to talk with you. Welcome home.
Thank you again. It's always a pleasure coming home.
Yes. We haven't exchanged words in a little while, and so we're anxious to get an update on your work through, for example, the Alabaster Gates Children's Charity. Can you give us some background on the organization, first of all, and give us a sense of how the organization has evolved and continues to evolve?
Sure. This is like perhaps our 15th anniversary. The purpose of the charity was created to educate children beyond their limitation. And the origin of the charity came out of just the need. And as we all know this, that, schools, there's always a need. There's always that child or that particular family. So I just saw a need, and the need was just to help with food, help with groceries, just help them. And as I said, this started over 15 years ago. So as a result of those particular initiatives that I witnessed, kids were falling asleep because they were hungry. They were not furthering their education because they lacked the basic needs of just school supply. That's basically, as I said, the charity was founded out of to help them. So predominantly what we have done is we annually, well, before COVID, annually we would honor the highest achiever boy and girl, the highest achiever boy and girl, and the most improved as well. And we will partner with the bookstores here. We will offer them bursaries enough to cover their book list. Along with that, we also supply the canteen with the necessary food items, predominantly breakfast items, to help the children. So even during the COVID, we were still sending these items down to various schools. This particular trip, I went to Franklinton Primary School, and the charity donated tablets to the kids, obviously, that they were in need based on that which the principal provided their information. So that's the most current event that has occurred since I've been here.
I see. And you are also, generally speaking, in the business of wellness as well, aren't you?
Yes, I am. My area of specialty is homeopathy, which is natural medicine, integrated medicine as well, clinical psychology, and of course trichology as well. So all of those covers the mind, the body, and what's considered to be the spiritual or the essence of what we don't see, because all of that combined together offers complete wellness to individuals' health.
Yes. Are you where you envisioned being at this time in your life?
You know, that's an interesting question. My vision is, you know, it's an interesting question. And I would say yes, and it continues to evolve. So for every time I've set a goal, I've accomplished it, and then out of that goal, another goal branches. So I would say it's a continuous of just keep evolving, especially after you come out of COVID. You know, I take nothing for granted. So I'm always thinking of the next step, the next level, and every time I've obtained it, I go on to the next vision.
Mm-hmm. How was Canada when you left for Jamaica?
I came in a fur, so that was a lot of conversation at the airport. We were experiencing snow, even though it's spring.
What a thing. and so I can well imagine when maybe even before the aircraft touched down, the high level of anticipation and anxiety, positive anxiety.
Well, I was just sharing this story with my mother that for the first time, and perhaps, as I said, perhaps it's just the whole COVID just being not going anywhere for a while, but this was the first time I'm coming home and everything was so smooth. We got on the plane, checked in, we came off the plane, we came through, everything was just so 1, 2, 3, just so smooth. And as soon as I got out and that beautiful sunshine and the wind, let me tell you this, my driver was an hour, almost 2 hours late. I didn't notice that because I just sat there at the waiting area. I like to sit by the police station.
Yes.
And I was just waiting. And it's like my body was just thawing out. And it was just a beautiful experience. So it was priceless. That's as much as I can say.
Yes, indeed. And this is some me time, some R&R, or tinged with a little business somewhere in the mix.
Well, I always keep an open mind for a business opportunity. And now that one of the main reasons that I'm here is to help the children, and they have been fed or they are helped, it's check off my list. I have my eye on a certain business venture, and I would kind of look to see if it's ready to be birthed. But for now, for sure, I need to hit the beautiful water and, you know, get to the place and let me put you on the spot. Where would you recommend? I'm right in the heart of Kingston, New Kingston. Where would you recommend that I go and get some real authentic fish just to say, yeah, welcome home?
Yeah, there's one place that comes to mind, and a certain Wayne Golding, member of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, who is based in Orlando, Florida. That's one of his favorite spots. That's Chelsea Avenue, right on the corner, right as if you're coming from Halfway Tree Road. You go up Chelsea, and as you turn the corner, just prepare to make the next left to go into this particular eatery. If you're coming from New Kingston, inside of New Kingston, then you you would drive. You're still coming down the line there, coming down. Whether you start off at, I don't want to complicate matters, but essentially, if you're heading towards Chelsea Avenue, once you get to that point where you're going to make that bit of a corner, you're going to clear that corner. Before you get to the corner, the eatery is on your right. So it's on your right if you're coming out of New Kingston or looking to come out of New Kingston via Chelsea. If you're going into New Kingston via Chelsea Avenue, then it's on your left. Right as you turn the corner, just be prepared to make another left turn and you are there. That's the only one that comes to mind right now.
Well, actually, this particular place it seems to be the place to be because I asked earlier at the hotel and somebody did refer this particular eatery, so I would definitely go. But I'm not driving, but I'm pretty sure the taxi. I'm pretty sure they will know where to take me, so I'll do that.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem, no problem. And we definitely want to wish you an enjoyable visit, an enjoyable stay in Jamaica for as long as you want. You can stay. You know that you can stay as long as you want. And we definitely look forward to following the work of the Alabaster Gates Children's Charity. For those who would like to learn more about the organization, what's their best option? Where can they turn?
Well, we do have a website under the same name, alabastergateschildrenscharity.com, or simply email me at alabasterchildren@gmail.com.
Sounds good. All right, we'll connect off air or reconnect off air, but for the time being, thank you very much. Here's your opportunity. If there are family members, friends in general that you'd like to say hi to, you have that opportunity as well.
As always, the Wong family and my extended family, those who supported the initiative, the charity initiative, and just everyone, from Franklin Town to Shortwood to all the areas that I've been to. Again, I just want to say hello, and to everyone in Radio Land, I just want to say a warm hello, and may God continue to bless you.
Blessings to you too. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Both Sides of the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. Once again, welcome home and enjoy. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye. That's Dr. Nadine Wong of the Alabaster Gates Children's Charity. You can look them up online and learn more. And she's big on wellness as also. You can read more. Dr. Nadine Wong. Thank you very much. Living in Canada these days, but she has never and perhaps never will shake the dust of Jamaica off her feet. She continues to make her contribution from Canada. And the Gleaner is telling us that the accused gangster cops have been pointed out at an identification parade. Two police constables who were taken into custody last Friday on suspicion that they're part of a criminal gang based in Clarendon have been identified by a witness. That's the word from their attorney. You can keep listening out, no doubt. More in major news at 5. Here's another story. Non-stop flights by American Airlines between Miami and Ian Fleming Airport to start November. That's another developing story on the Gleaners website. And of course, we will hold the applause until that materializes. Customs Agency seizes 211 illegal weapons, 20,000 bullets in 6 years. Okay, so this is over a 6-year period. Don't go running with it now to say that it happened today. That's over 6 years. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45. Come and gather with friends, family, and fellow followers of Jesus Christ. Come and feel peace through music and messages of Jesus Christ. Come and hear the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come and see what is possible because of Him.
Join us for General Conference on Sunday 3rd at 10:30 a.m. here on this station. Consumer Talks, educating and empowering consumers towards a more vigilant and confident consumer-friendly Jamaica. Join us every second and last Tuesday of each month at 9:35 on Real Business. Listen and learn about your rights and responsibilities. Learn how the CAC works to empower consumers in Jamaica. Consumer Talks, brought to you by the Consumer Affairs Commission, protecting your rights, securing our future.
Under the Law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 15 years. That's right. Join us on Thursdays at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and at 9:55 p.m. Compliment to the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, educating, advocating, empowering. Under the Law, Thursdays on Power 106 FM.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for a live broadcast of the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints this Sunday, April 3 from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 3 to 5 p.m. Don't miss the inspirational messages of this worthwhile event. This broadcast is brought to you by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints this Sunday, April 3 from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 3 to 5 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Que hora es en espagnol? Son las 5:13. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:13. 现在几点了？5点加13分. 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lind Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's continue with more on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. If you haven't realized because you're busy going about your daily affairs, note the significance of today, the 31st of March, 2022. But even if you leave off the year, just remember the significance of the 31st of March in Jamaica. Jamaica's financial year ends today. Jamaica's financial year, that's the 2021-2022 financial year. It ends today, which means as of tomorrow, we start the 2022 to 2023 financial year. Now, under Chapter 8 of Jamaica's Constitution, except where a law provides otherwise, all revenues of Jamaica are paid into a consolidated fund and then become very difficult to get out. The Constitution specifies how money may be moved out of the consolidated fund. The Minister of Finance must prepare a budget showing estimates of revenue and expenditure for each financial year, April 1 to March 31. The estimates are tabled in the House of Representatives and must be debated and approved by the House. Proposed expenditure is in the form of an appropriation bill, which, when passed, becomes the Appropriation Act. The Minister of Finance may then issue warrants, not of arrest, but warrants permitting payments out of the consolidated fund. Before the Appropriation Act is passed, the House of Representatives may allow expenditure of a carry-on allowance known as a vote on account. The Minister of Finance can authorize payment for unexpected expenditure through a contingencies fund. He may also get approval from the House of Representatives for additional expenditure during the financial year by introducing supplementary estimates. So that's a bit on the financial year and what is supposed to happen in that regard. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Robert Willem Bunsen, chemist, inventor of the Bunsen burner, was born on this day in 1811. Those of us who have ever done chemistry at school would have come in contact with the Bunsen burner, B-U-N-S-E-N, at some time or another. It's a common piece of laboratory equipment that produces a single open gas flame, which is used for heating, sterilization, and combustion. Quebec and Montreal were incorporated as cities on this day in 1831. The inventor of the two-stroke motorcycle engine, Sir Dugald Clark, was born on this day in 1854. The Bank of Jamaica, one of the first commercial banks operating in Jamaica, closed its operations on this day in 1865. Now you're wondering, Bank of Jamaica closed, so we don't still have Bank of Jamaica. Hold on. Listen again. On this day in 1865, the Bank of Jamaica, one of the first commercial banks operating in Jamaica, closed its operations. All right, let's explain. Not to be confused with our present Bank of Jamaica. So let's not confuse that with our present Bank of Jamaica. Our present Bank of Jamaica is, last time I checked, I think more than 55 years old. So the Bank of Jamaica, as we know it today, started operations in May 1961. The Bank of Jamaica, as we know it today, started operations in 1961. And therefore, the Bank of Jamaica is older than Jamaica. The Bank of Jamaica is 61. So the Bank of Jamaica, as we know it today, started operations in May 1961, terminating the currency board system, which had been in existence from 1939. The establishment of the central bank was in recognition of the need for an appropriately regulated financial structure to encourage the development process, particularly as Jamaica was about to embark on the road to political independence. So we had to get our house in order in that regard. 1880, the first electric streetlights ever installed by a municipality were turned on in Wabash, India. And let's bring it closer to home, because electricity came to Jamaica in 1892, 13 years after Thomas Edison invented the first successful electric lamp. Electric power was first introduced in Jamaica in a house called Waterloo in Black River, St. Elizabeth in 1893. But it was in 1892 that it all began, when the Jamaica Electric Light Company started to supply electricity from a small coal-burning steam generating plant on Gold Street in Kingston. This was quite an achievement for Kingston, a small island city, then only 19 years old. At that time, many large British cities were still without electricity. 31 years later, on May 25, 1923, the Jamaica Public Service Company Limited, JPS, came into being as a legal entity, providing service to 3,928 customers. Up to that time, electricity had been provided by a number of small suppliers whose assets were eventually taken over by the Jamaica Public Service Company. And some people are asking why at that point. They would have preferred it otherwise. For those who have been privileged to visit the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, le Tour Eiffel à Paris en France, on this day, the 31st of March, 1889, the Eiffel Tower was dedicated in Paris in a ceremony presided over by Gustave Eiffel, the tower's designer, and attended by French Prime Minister Pierre Tirard. A handful of other dignitaries and 200 construction workers were also in attendance. You can read up on Le Tour Eiffel on your own. Jamaica's electric tramcar system came into operation on this day in 1899. The lines operated by the West India Electric Company all began at the foot of King Street. And I'm sure there are people listening who remember their days riding the tramcar here in Jamaica. Let's see. The Collector General's Department on this day in 1908 reported that 834, or 13.2% of all retail trade licenses, were held by Chinese nationals, while East Indians had 444, or 7.1%, and Syrians 88, or 1.4%. At that time, there were only 2,111 Chinese in Jamaica, and they constituted only 0.3% of the population. Daylight saving time, which is being experienced now in the United States, it wasn't always around. Daylight saving time went into effect throughout the United States for the first time on this day in 1918. And for those who are into cars, the Ford Motor Company debuted its V8 engine on this day in 1932. A new two-story public hospital at Black River in St. Elizabeth was officially opened, replacing a previous squalid structure, which was believed to have been the oldest building in public use in Jamaica. We don't have enough time to tell you more. Can we thank you once again? Oh, those of us who take it for granted. Champs coming up. Think on this. A microphone was used for the first time at Champs in 1936, and Champs started in 1910. A microphone was used, for those who take it for granted. We're out of time. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Schools Challenge Quiz grand finale this evening at 8:30. Let us all support our children, our students, our schools. Take care.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
Bye.
5 o'clock.
News comprehensive.